Hello, Galaxy. I am Chris Pirillo, and I am streaming live. I know you're asking when I'm going to start because when I scheduled the Star Wars Radar live broadcast, originally I wasn't planning on running into a snag on my end. It was not a technical snag. It was, well, I guess it was a guess. Hang on. Guess it was a technical snag. I had to interface with another human being. I went down to Tashi to get to my power converter, Tashi Station to get my power converter. I can't even say that right. You guys know where I'm going. Happy evening, everybody. On my radar today, I have this. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, Chris, we waited around this long. All of you here, John, the collecting dad, cheesy sword, super awesome geek show, and then 3D printing with Heath. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Chris, this has been a Target exclusive for weeks now. It's Luke and Stormtrooper regalia, right? The Death Star escape Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper. Yes, that's true. It is that figure, but it's not $20 anymore. It's $9.99. So if you want to get a Luke $9.99 half off right now, head over to your Target stores and get it. I am going to go ahead and unbox this. Oh, look. It's a box. See, collecting dad was way ahead of me here. And I'm, look, removing it from the box. It's a Luke. Now, here's the thing. I think this is worth getting, not because you may be a Luke fan, but if, for argument's sake, you're like me. Wait, is this an ASMR thing? I'm going to open I'm opening the figure. I'm trying to remember where my mic is. Right here. Okay. So I'm going to take the figure out of the package. It's right here. It's a thing. ASMR is a thing. I should do the Star Wars community show ASMR edition, huh? Now you got to be careful with this, but then I'll show you why. Because there's a little comm link there, very very tiny, easily lost right there, very very tiny. That's not the reason I'm saying spend $10 on a Luke Skywalker. This is the reason. Because look, you can't tell it's Luke Skywalker. You can army build an array of dirty troopers. So yeah, just like Super Awesome Geek Show said, it's the same thing for the TVC Han Solo Stormtrooper. I didn't have any at my store, so I'm going to have to kind of travel around the area to see if I can find any others on the shelves, because half off's pretty decent for, again, the ability to army build. I'm not a fan of how Luke's likeness, or I guess Mark Hamill's likeness, kind of came out with this figure. Of course, you know, it's a Stormtrooper with the helmet on, but there's just something about it that's off. And maybe it was just hard for them to, you know, effectively get his likeness with his hair slicked back and full of gunk. Is there gunk in his hair? No, I don't even see any gunk. I see gunk on his uniform, but... Ugh. Sorry. I may have a sneeze coming. Hang on. He may be short for a Stormtrooper. That is true. Let's see if I can get his helmet down maybe just a little bit more. There we go. Because it was a little high at first. There we go. Now that works. So you can army build if you wanted to. The array or fleet of troopers. Now, also interesting, just like the GameStop Jump Trooper exclusive, we also have, of course, the weapon. Check that out. I want to be very careful with that comm link. But a stand for the Black Series figure. Now this, I do wonder... I've seen them now in 2 exclusives, and I do wonder if they're going to be putting the stands in with the figures, because I'd be a fan of that. I'd be happy with that. Were you falling asleep at my ASMR? Here, hang on, I got it here. This is what they do. They do this. I just clipped my nails. I just clipped my nails. But what's nice about the stand is that you can actually get the Black Series figures to stand, which is, you know, amazing, because sometimes it's very difficult to balance a super articulated figure. So, worth getting, if only to army build, and that's exactly what I planned to do with this particular Luke Skywalker. And of course, you can take the helmet off and, you know, have many Luke Skywalkers running around. That's fine. You know, honestly, if given the choice between a new Luke or a different Luke Skywalker Black Series figure at $10, half off, or a half off Han Solo, Stormtrooper 3.75 inch from the vintage collection, I'd probably go TVC. I like the Black Series. Let me move the mic out of the way. I like the Black Series figures. I do. I really do. And initially I didn't. So that's why I'm very grateful they've released the archive, or going back and get like Yoda and IG-88, the ones that I missed, like Anakin. I had Bosk thanks to Dorkside Toys. Fly Guy over at Dorkside Toys. Love him. We usually see things eye to eye. Sometimes we disagree, but you can't find anybody on the planet that you agree 100% with. He's a great guy, friend of all collectors out there, and I've got a couple of orders right now standing from Dorkside Toys. They did like a series of 8 Stormtroopers TVC, which apparently are the best sculpts of Stormtroopers ever, and a reissue of TVC Orion Guards. And so I'm going to army build, with both of those, because you can't have too many. Those are the ones I want. So there you go. Half off. Not $20. $9.99. Scanned easily at my store. Just make sure you do not lose. Wasn't I just saying that these things stand easier with the stand? I guess not so much. Who is 000 and BT? Well, those are... thank you for asking there. Cider, is it? 3000 on Periscope. They would be 2 droids that are kind of twisted from the Dr. Aphra comic series, which, yeah, I think is worth picking up. I maybe mostly caught up. I think I'm only 5 issues behind at this stage. But they've got very interesting personalities for an astromech and a protocol droid. And even if you haven't read them, maybe the figures will get you interested. Sometimes that's the case for me. Sometimes I'll see an amazing figure and go, ooh, I want to learn more about that particular character. So I got a little comm link here. Probably the smallest freaking accessory. I really don't want to put this in his hand because I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose it, right? Yeah, I'm gonna put it somewhere I'm not going to lose it right now until I move it around, until I find the perfect place for it. That's something that can easily get vacuumed up too. TVC Series 7 and Amazon today, 12 each. Chewie, Vader. Oh, yeah. That would be a good run. I think I've got a pre-order on those as well. I'm trying to get pre-orders whenever I can, if only because I don't really want to mess around with like buying a la carte and making sure I'm getting the ones and making sure that they're in decent shape. I'm pretty sure I've got that run. That was Chewie, Vader. Was that also... Which other ones were in the Chewie Vader run? Hang on. I've got a few to get through, honestly. Not that run. That was the Stormtrooper run. The Lando run. So it had like Leia. It had Leia and all them, right? Was that it? That was it. Leia, Han, Vader, Chewie. Was that it? Or maybe it was a different one. Now you're gonna have me look. I've got to find a better way of like documenting to make sure I'm like, am I ahead? This is why I need to like open these things the day that I get them, because otherwise I will fall behind. But the big thing on my radar was this one today. $10, half off. He'll probably go even lower. Well, not by much. He might not go lower than that. Because usually about 50% off, up to 70% off is usually how low they go on fell over again at Target. Leia, Han, Vader, Chewie, Orion Guard. Oh, okay. So I'm pretty sure Lando yellow suit. No, that couldn't have been the wave. That couldn't have been a wave because I'm. Oh, okay. Maybe it is the wave. Okay, I have that wave. No, Vader's not in that wave, is he? He can't be, is he? Oh, he is. Okay, so I do have. So now that you bring it up, I do have that wave, right there. And I can tell. For some reason I thought I had dupes, but I guess not. So we do have the Lando, right here. Also available in 5 POA, which I did not pick up. Well, no, Not this time around. I mean, I did. It was the double pack. This Lando was a double pack with the Kessel Guard from Solo, which are currently available at Ross stores. So I got a double Lando, so I can open one of those. Phasma. Not the first super articulated Phasma. I'm pretty sure there was a Black Series Phasma early on. Praetorian Guard. There was this was also, I know this was a Black Series, because the one that I got, his shoulders popped off for some reason. It kind of fell apart easily. And if you're wondering if I did, someone was the person who's viewing on Periscope asking if I went to Galaxy's Edge. Yes, I did, and yes, you should absolutely look up those videos I did on YouTube. Okay, so this is the Stormtrooper that I was talking about. Now, unfortunately, this camera's not going to like super focus up close, but this is by far, not just from my eye, but everybody else's, the best sculpted and maybe even articulated Stormtrooper ever produced. So if you were going to army build, like this tops all easily. This is gonna be fun to rip open here in a little while. So I can open one. We can do some comparisons tonight. I don't have the Gamorrean Guard though, so that must have been, Gamorrean Guard must have been in a different series, or at least according to the ones that I got the in this package. So I got 2 Chewbaccas, and I'm pretty sure this is also a reissue on a new card, TVC 141. So there you go. So yeah, I'll check out what you're talking about there, John. Because I didn't even see that on Amazon. For $12 flat is a good deal. Let's see here. What do we got? Gamorrean Guard, TVC. We're gonna see. It's not even listed. Okay, so. Okay, no, I'm seeing the old 6-inch exclusive VC21. That's the one I have open. Where are you seeing that? Where are you seeing that, John? Gamorrean Guard? Are you sure? I don't know, man. Never saw them on pre-order. Even the pre-orders on Stormtrooper were twice retail. I don't see the new one at all. Or unless I do, and they jacked up the prices already. Vader is 13. Vader, Luke, Leia, and Han, I think, are $13. Not 12, but 13. Well, $12.99, $13. But the Gamorrean Guard is currently not listed here. So maybe you're thinking the Gamorrean Guard was maybe he's in a different wave. Yeah, see, I agreed, the collecting dad. That's what's throwing me off. I'm pretty sure he was in a different wave. Because I already had the Luke, Leia, Han, and Vader, because I know they came together with the resculpt of Han from the earlier TVC edition. Gamorrean Guard was a fan channel exclusive? I don't think it was. I don't think so. Well, let me put it this way. I know Dorkside Toys is carrying them, so I'll be getting it through them. Okay, so it looks like I get to open a Chewbacca, Lando, and a Stormtrooper. I would have preferred to open a Phasma, but that's okay. I'm not. Let me see. Ooh, wow, man. Even there's some creases out of box. New out of box. Look at that. Some creases there. Slight defects right there. Drives me nuts. Like straight out of box. Like really. It looks like Lando got hit. So I will keep him. Phasma got hit. I don't know, man. I mean, they're not. Honestly, I don't think they're going to be worth that much less with these, out of, right out of the box, slight creases. And honestly, I'll be dead by the time someone tries to turn them in. Stormtroopers did not have creases. Chewbacca. Wow. Yeah. Creases. Again, just light creases in the card. Straight out of the box. You saw me. Pull it over here. So we'll keep those. Stormtroopers, oddly enough, did not get hit. Did not. Although this one's probably a little better than the other one, in terms of quality. Wow, yeah. That is freaking wild. Man, I mean, I'm not the kind of guy who's like gonna. I mean, if it was like totally bashed up, like I got a decent what was it, the the character, the Mendon Trooper came the other day, and when it actually arrived, it was like torn off the card in the box. Like, it was horrible. It was horrid. Like, I'm glad I didn't need one mint on card, because I had one, and I'm very grateful I did at that point. So mint box has those creases. Yeah, same things. Very small. I honestly, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Some people would, but I guess I'm not gonna dive too deep. Let's see here. And it's good to see you. And thank you, by the way, Cheesy Sword. Thank you for being a member of this channel. You're like one of 2 right now. And hey, Mikey, what's going on? Take a look at your inbox. 3D printing with Heath. I replied. It looks like you had some issue with the Vader as it got 3D printed. But man, that's cool. I mean, I know how it goes. And if you're gonna 3D print anything for me, I am not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth at all. I never will. Take your time. Although, like I said, a Rainbow Vader, I think, just showing Jedi that, I think she'd get a kick out of it. Let's see here. Eunice is, yeah, of course, from Jonas? Jonas or Eunice? I don't know if I've ever heard his name spoken out loud. He's going to be coming to Edmonton, Canada. So is that where you are, John? If so, that's really cool. You have a game on pre-order, EE or Dorkside. My game is definitely not at Dorkside. It is, or not at EE. It's definitely it's definitely at Dorkside. I've got like 8 of them. So I'm like, if you're gonna army build, I mean, come on, load up. Yeah, for sure. One of my favorite vintage figures too. All the figures you ordered are 12 now, or 13. Yeah, 13's a pretty standard price. If you got them at 12, that's decent. Leia's probably going to continue to go down. Did you like the sculpt? Oh, of the Vader? Maybe let me check Twitter again here, buddy. And anybody can DM me on Twitter through Star Wars Radar. It's an open inbox. Yeah, no, I saw a screen cap. It looks like it's gonna be pretty cool, like a maquette of sorts. It's pretty wild. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, like I said, any 3D sculpture, I'll take. I'm not gonna become the world's biggest collector of 3D prints, mind you. I don't think that's ever going to be the case, but yeah, like it's still, it's like this is it. It's a one of a kind sculpture. I mean, yes, it's based on a model, but this is the one that was printed here, the one that I have in my hand. It's so funny. Am I going to ever take my family to Galaxy's Edge? I talked about this briefly, but yes, the hope is we will be able to go at some point in the future. I just don't know when. Fun fact of the day. Scroll off the screen with this K, because I have chat right here. After the Battle of Endor, the New Republic targeted the Imperial Communications Network, leaving Imperial leaders blinded to the state of the entire Empire. That makes sense. I wonder if we're going to hear any of that in the Mandalorian, because I'm pretty sure Mandalorian happened post Jedi. Or wait, no, it happened post Revenge of the Sith. Now I've forgotten. Hey, the Star Wars banter. Thank you for stopping by. I also appreciate your Patrol Trooper icon. Can't wait until those solo multi-figure packs go on sale at Target, because I'm not going to buy one of those things for $40 or $50. 20, yeah. More than that, not so much. Oh, that's Alphabet Squadron? Awesome. If I can make any type of Star Wars merch, what would it be? I'm a figure guy. I like unique character figurine collections. Like, I really think that the Star Wars Command line was fun. Growing up with Green Army guys. I like the Mighty Beans. We talked about this yesterday. Oh, I screwed it up. I said battle rollers. I meant fighter pods. No one called me out on that. Okay, so it is after a Jedi then. Okay, that's what I thought. Fighter pods, those the Microforce figures. So I like I like those. In fact, I have another kind of micro set like that, not micro force, but one that I've been wanting to kind of open up on a live stream at some point in the future, and I will get to that. I don't know when, I don't know where, but that's something that I've been kind of waiting on. Like, there's a few things that are on my desk, and I'm like, okay, I'd like to do this. I'm trying to stick to just a video every day. Like I said, I'm kind of glad that you, John, you said something, even though this is not the wave. That wave, I've already got those figures for. This is the one after that. But since I now have a chance, I am going to the day I clip my fingernails. Ow. Okay. There you go. Oh, you're getting a 3D printer? Super awesome Geek Show. Good, more power to you, man. I don't know if I'll say I'll take your rejects, but as 3D printing with Heath points out, I'm sure it's very addictive when you start 3D printing Star Wars stuff. See, that's how I remove things from cards, John. I'm sorry, Super Awesome Geek Show has a video, and I shaved today, by the way. I just shaved. That's what's going on there. In case you were wondering, he had a whole video about how he uses an X-Acto or a craft knife, and I slice through them. Or I just literally just pull them off. But it's a pretty clean pull. Oh man, woo-hoo-hoo. Ain't nothing like the feeling of opening up a Star Wars figure. So that kind of dovetails into that question, John. Like this type of stuff that I might like, character lines or collectible lines, and I just enjoy that. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because. Yeah, I love the figures, but those are already being done. So I like that they get creative with characters. I really do. I appreciate that because it kind of keeps things fresh. I'll like I said, I've got a few other things that on a slow day, so to speak, I'll be able to do, or maybe even do bonus weekend videos. So yeah, dude, this is, by the way, just for comparison, I think just a little short for a Stormtrooper. This is the Black Series, obviously. And it's interesting because it seems that Luke's helmet here is a little thinner. But yeah, these Rogue One Stormtroopers, super articulated. Oh, I'm so glad I have 8 of these coming. Look at that. Oh, look at I've seen the body and the leg. I mean, those are fine. The head, the helmet sculpt is on point. So on point. I can't even explain. In this video, even at 1080p, is not doing it justice. Wow. Boy, they nailed it. Oh, they nailed it. Let me see here. Where's my Mendon? Just had a Mendon here. Where did I put? Oh, right here. There's a Mendon right below. The Mendon's not bad. I don't mind the Mendon. I kind of wish they had a different helmet sculpt for Mendon. There's kind of a visor, but it's barely visible. But there for comparison, Mendon and the regular Rogue One Stormtrooper. This is a super articulated. This is the Walmart exclusive. But yeah, they nailed it. Yeah, John. Yeah, so Kellex says he liked the fresh new smell of the fresh plastic figure. John, that Super Awesome Geek Show, was saying this. He did a video. He's like, does it smell the same? I watched that video. I was laughing. I was like, oh my God, it's true. They have a scent. You can smell it. You just don't get it stuck up your nose. This one, I don't know. Not too strong. Not prevalent. But yeah, that's funny. And I'm very glad, by the way, that we're doing this because if I can help each of you guys, if you do Star Wars content, get mutual subscribers, that's cool. That's one of the reasons why I like doing Star Wars Radar, especially on Twitter. I like retweeting everybody. So feel free to, guys, because a lot of you will probably do Star Wars content, sub to each other. I think it's a great idea. I'm all for it. All for it. You'll never hear me say no to that because to me that's really kind of what it's all about. Hey ThinkBolt, what's going on? By the way, ThinkBolt, thank you for following me on Twitch, which I caught 2 minutes ago, I guess. John, you tweeted me about the Star Wars musical. Oh yeah, I did. But yeah, is that Star Wars musical? Is it it looks like it's unofficial. I think I knew about that. I thought it would be an official Star Wars musical. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Okay, so this is the Chewbacca. Now, I think this is, if they updated the sculpt on this, I think the same articulation, same. It seems really similar. I'll pull out his bowcaster in a second, but the paint app here, and this one's going to be very difficult because it's kind of. Oh, here, let me do this. Give me a second. Okay, Chewbacca, you stand right there. Did a good job. There we go. I'll pull up the. If I just, I was zoomed in on the screen, so it changed the lighting conditions. So. There's a darker paint app in his shoulders. I think the paint app is very, very nice. Very, very well balanced. Kind of random. More appropriate than just like a kind of a mono brown fur. Very nice paint application on this Chewbacca. Very, very nice. I'm the shut up about Star Wars guy. Oh, ThinkBolt. Cool. Yeah, he's the one I met at a local Twitch event. Well, online broadcasters event. I still have your card right here. As I pull a muscle in my neck. Hang on, you guys are gonna... I showed this the other day too, but yeah, so he gave me... Where's my preview window? There we go. He gave me shut up about Star Wars. Which I laughed. I don't save a lot of business cards, but I'm like, now you see, ThinkBolt? You see what's around me? Yeah. So I appreciated someone saying, and I think I showed my wife Diana. She may have laughed, but I'm pretty sure that's the card that she should just carry around and go. That's funny. That's really, really funny. Quail66 says, "Don't mean to be weird, but where is Jedi?" Well, actually, I did not do a video tonight in my Chris Pirillo channel because I was waiting for her. She's out playing right now, and I didn't want to interrupt playtime. Whoa! So the bowcaster, this seems like it's if I don't think. Ooh, crap! You gotta be careful with that. I almost broke it. I don't think I've seen this particular accessory modeled this way before. Yeah, so Jedi's we're going to be doing, I think we're going to do a video tonight. I don't know what about. I've got a couple of like things still from Disneyland that I'd like to get through. Like what does BB-8 taste like, or what does Chewbacca taste like? The snacks. They're snacks. But I also got some fun cereal, like the Toy Story cereal and the Red, White, and Blue Captain Crunch. Just for fun, just do something fun with her. I'd love for her to remember, this time in her life of having fun with Daddy and playing with toys and eating fun cereal. Okay, how the F? Okay, look. So I've got the bowcaster, right? How do I actually get this on? Like, does this stretch out or something? There's no, there's like a little notch here, but I'm not sure. Okay, it really... Oh, there's no way it's going to go on there. How do I get it in there? Okay, I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to figure this out offline, because there's no chance I'm going to be able to figure this out. How the hot diggity... Unless this thing stretches and I push it through somehow, I'll figure it out. I'll put it over here by the comm link. Oh my gosh. Ooh. The dogs are doing well, both of them. Surprised we haven't heard Wicket bark, though. Have I heard about every new planet confirmed for Star Wars 9? I have not. I tend to ignore a lot of those details until the actual release of the film, though. I'm not too particular. I'm happy to hear about new planets and everything. But no, I haven't been diving incredibly deep. What I really like, especially with the release of new films, is specifically the like the visual dictionaries. Usually Pablo Hidalgo edits, or creates them. I like those. They they've really. I watched the film, get the visual dictionary, dive a little deeper, and then watch it again just to see if that enhances anything. Usually it's just nice to have context, nice to have kind of an understanding of what was that. Oh, that was this. Oh, that's pretty neat. Oh, you tweeted me about it. I must have missed it. I'm sorry. That missed my radar. I apologize for that. I must have had a lot going on. Okay, so wait, did you just tweet me, buddy? Let me check my mentions. Oh, this is the thing I need to tell everybody about. You guys need to jump over onto my Instagram, well, my personal Instagram. I probably need to share something on Star Wars Radar too, although I've been really bad at doing that. I've got if I can figure out what I could do for the Star Wars Radar Instagram, I think it would work out well. It's just I don't have a groove, right? I don't have something that I do, the same thing every day. I do video stuff, but I'm not gonna taking a screen grab of a live video is probably not very exciting. So I tweeted about this. I got this kid double the followers. He's a kid, 8 years old, and he does like Star Wars and other toy photography. So let me go ahead and dim this. Clear that out. So you can see it. You've got to head over. Oh, that's too dim probably. But this kid does Star Wars toy photography, and he's 8 years old. An 8-year-old took this shot. Insane. Like I could not believe like the eye this kid has. Okay, that's that. Yeah, I mean, 8 years old. What were you doing at 8 years old? Like, look at that. Look at that. And he just shoots with his smartphone. It's breathtaking to me. So I want to get this kid some followers. Like, he's 8 years old. His dad set up the account, of course, but he's known as Sisyphus instead of Sisyphus, right? Sisyphus. I retweeted it from Star Wars Radar on Twitter, so you can see it from there. That's probably the easiest way to get it. But yeah, like 8 years old, and he's taking these amazing photos. I'm like, this needs to be like absolutely for 8 years old. I'm like, I couldn't believe that. I'm like, what? A friend, he must be a local kid, because a friend said, hey Chris, you may be interested. This person, he's doing toy photography, and of course I'm interested. But because I love toy photography, and he's 8 years old. Unreal. So that hit my radar today as well. So if I can get him a few followers, I'm happy. But actually, now that I think about it, let me make sure that gets shared over on our Facebook page. We've got a Facebook page and a Facebook community page. This video is also streamed into the Facebook Star Wars Radar page, not the community necessarily. But what I'm going to do is share this particular photo into the Star Wars Radar community. So feel free to join the Star Wars Radar community. There's not much going on. I don't really have, too much of a direction apart from just talking about stuff that I like in Star Wars. Star Wars Radar community. This is a group that you can join on Facebook. I don't know what's happening in it. We don't really have a focus apart from just Star Wars, which is a pretty broad topic. I just want to make sure people see what this kid is doing. Like, it's crazy. So I'm going to be introducing him to a couple of the local podcasters that I know. I'm like, you got to interview this kid, this 8-year-old. You have to. I mean, it's amazing. Like, I want to help this kid just like blow up. Like, that's what I would love to do. And so I'm trying to think of like everything I can do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop a line to Hasbro. See, this is what I love doing. I mean, he's gonna, if I could like connect him and like get him some stuff. I mean, come on, the 8-year-old you would be freaking out. So I'm trying to, but what I want to do is get this kid some press. I want to get him some like he shoots on an iPhone, but I want to get him followers, right? I mean, come on, like, what is the Star Wars fandom about, right? Sharing our love, sharing our appreciation. And I mean, I love toy photography too. So anyway, you need a guest for the next podcast? Well, there you go. Interview him, 8-year-old. Well, you probably have to talk to his dad about all that stuff, but let's see here. Oh, hang on. Someone had a question. Someone said Star Wars, Star Trek. Well, here's the thing: is a Star Trek versus Star Wars movie a good idea? My feeling on this is I like Star Trek. I'm not gonna pay CBS All Access to watch Discovery. I'd like to, but I'm already like at my limit. Like I know Disney Plus is coming up, and of course I'm doing that. Netflix has been amazing. Like I just watched. Sorry to go slightly off topic, but When They See Us, man, that was incredible. Like absolutely incredible. That was the most recent watch on Netflix. But like Star Trek, Star Wars, one is fantasy and one is sci-fi. So you can't cross the streams, so to speak. What's his Instagram or Twitter? I don't think he's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. Sithifus. Like I said, I retweeted it from the Star Wars Radar Twitter account this evening. So you should be able to glean from there. I linked directly to his profile. Like directly. And now he's got 21 followers. And he had like 8 before I shared anything. So it ain't much. It ain't much. But if I could, like I said, father's figures, that's who I've got to reach out to. Okay. I'm like, now I'm thinking, I'm like, who do I know? Who do I know? Right? In father's figures. Do you guys follow father's figures? So I'm sorry, I'm typing. So I've said, dude, this kid is 8 years old, to boost his profile. Local to Seattle. So I'm sending it to father's figures. Who else? What other toy photographers do I know? I mean, I've connected with like 1/6 shooter, like vicariously, like through other people, but not directly. Like it would just be like amazing. And like he wakes up tomorrow morning and sees, that he's doubled the amount of followers, and that just kind of keeps him going, right? It keeps him moving forward. So, just incredible. Incredible. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, like, I would like to do, but I can't, I have the eye for it. I just don't get out all that often, and I usually don't have toys with me. And I'm doing 13 other things. But, see, this is the kind of thing that I used to carry a stormtrooper around with me everywhere I went. And I may start doing that again. And taking pictures in the wild with a trooper. You still can't find him. Dude, like, I retweeted him from Star Wars Radar. He's right there. 21 followers. Sithifus. Here, I know, I should be, like, sharing my screen and all that. I'm horrible that way. But the good news is in relation to my job with Intel, I just picked up some production equipment, so I'm going to be getting a couple of key lights, and green screen, a controller, microphone, and other assorted goodies, to including like a stream deck, to try to get things set up so that we might. So I'll be able to play a game, or maybe even network something else, and then do something in a higher quality fashion in these broadcasts, and the things I do for them. So let me spell it out for you, buddy. This is very creative. Sithifus. I got the reference. Sithifus. Apparently, I need to replace this marker. It's a Star Wars marker. Sithifus. That's a Sithifus. Like Sisyphus? Sisyphus. Incredible work. So that I want to get, if I can get, like I said, if I can get him more followers, other Star Wars fans, like, he'll be elated. Like, imagine. I could never imagine having a smartphone at 8 years old, not having a smartphone and Star Wars figures and taking pictures like this. That's incredible. This kid's got an eye. This kid has an eye for this stuff. Zero doubt in my mind. Like, it's kind of inspirational. It's kind of like, maybe I should be doing this too. Maybe I want to start doing this a bit more, because I did a few things back in the past. In my archives, they are there. I wasn't regular with it like some other people. How do we know it's not actually the dad taking the pics? Well, Kellex, I rely on the honesty of my friend, Michelle. Hey, Micro Madness, good to see you today. Oh, Chris, what's your address in the box? To Rainbow Vader. Is it in the video? Is it in the video description? Check out the video description on YouTube. We have our address. It's our public address in there. Sithifus has now 23 followers. Okay, so a couple of you guys followed. Can you put your face on the corner while gaming? Yes. So I can. Yeah. So the idea is that I got the green screen or chroma keyed, and I'll be able to sit there and like I'll be in a corner like this. Here, look. I'm green screen. Hang on. Look, I'm green screen. That's what it looks like, right? This little guy. I don't know if I'll do. I can't do the green screen here because I don't have room. But yeah, if I'm gonna game during a Star Wars Radar broadcast, that's how I would. That's probably how I'd do it. Thank you, John. I'm sure he appreciates it. Like I mean, like the fact that I'm just like, let's juice him. Let's. Who do I talk to like juice this guy? You know. So I'm like trying to think. Oops, sorry about that. I'm thinking through like who else do I know? Sithifus. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna mention it to Chris B from JediBusiness.com, who of course y'all should be following anyway. This kid is 8 years old. Boom. So let me get to Chris. Okay, so I'm reaching out to anybody and everybody I can think of, just to get him some coverage. Okay, I'm gonna mention this to Yak Face. I don't think he's gonna spread the word necessarily, but that's crazy. Who else do I know? Come on, everybody, think. Okay, sending it to Forlom. What does he go by? Jake Stevens. He goes by like Forlom Dzuckus. I always got messed up with his handle. Some handles get really confusing for me. Who else do I know? Come on, people. Sending it to Gus Lopez. He'll get a kick out of it. He's not really into toy photography, but still. Who else? Guys, help me think. Who do I know? Let's get. I mean, I would love to have gotten the kid like 100 followers like overnight. I don't think that's going to happen, but still, you know, if I can give this kid a start, like, I think he'll be thrilled. I don't know. I mean, I know toy photographers, but I guess I'm not in touch with a great deal of them. Who I really need to get in touch with is one of those Black Series retweeters, or the regrammers. They get the collectors. See, yeah, I don't know about. That's another Chris, isn't it? Collector's Hut. Yeah, actually, okay, yeah. Let me drop a line to Jason. Good idea. Making Star Wars. Good idea. Making Star Wars. That'd be a good. I mean, it's not really his piece, or it's not really his thing. Jason Ward making Star Wars. It's not really his thing. But, you know, he may cover it, which is better than anything, you know. If I can help. That's all I want. I just want to be a part of the story, right? Hello Greedo, definitely not. He's more of a gamer, more of a thinker. Star Wars Explains, definitely not. They'd be great people. Collector's Hut would be, you know, for the collector angle. No, they'll enjoy it. They'll get a kick out of it. But maybe if I can get it on the right person, if I can get it on the right person's radar, who does? Oh, I know who. Kelly Knox. She writes for StarWars.com. Hang on. And she's local too. Okay, so she writes now. Okay, thank you for spurring that. So if I can get Kelly Knox to write a feature article on StarWars.com about this kid, like, yes. Okay. Kelly, I think Kelly's the right lead for this. Kelly needs to know. I don't know if that's her beat, but she may be able to pass it along to the right person, right? Like, we'll make him a celebrity. Trust me, we'll get him up there. I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it. Well, see, that's the thing. Is like there are a lot of toy photographers out there. There are, but like the age. Like just think about what you were doing at 8 years old. Think about what you were doing. Think about what tools you had at 8 years old, and that to me that's the story. This, I'm like, I can't believe 8 years old and he's doing this. Come on. But you know, when you see other people and you watch other people and you emulate those other people and you haven't quite found your style and your voice, I mean, I wouldn't even, this doesn't look derivative. It looks creative. It looks like an amazing shot. I wouldn't share something or want to reshare something that didn't, you know, resonate with me at some level. So, you know, it's reasonable to think that anybody could do this, but the fact that, you know, under the age of 10, a kid is doing this. See, that's the thing I would love to do, you know, as Jedi starts to get these tools in her hands, to be able to, you know, say, all right, let's go out and let's do some posing, right? And I'm going to take a picture of this one here. I'm going to take a picture of this one here. And this one's going to be talking to that one. And I'm going to get a picture. And then have her do it too with her favorite toys. You know, it's you're creating memories more than anything else. And, you know, I enjoyed toy photography and didn't even realize I enjoyed toy photography until people started doing it. Jesse's toy photos on Instagram. If he regrams, then he'd be a great person to connect with, for sure. For sure. Sorry, not to go on and on about this, but like honestly, I will tell you, 90% of my feed on Instagram is toy photography. Like easily 90%. Almost 100% is Star Wars, right? Sarah and her Porgs, Star Wars. There's a Toy Box Junkie, toy photographer, because I follow the tags, of course. Toy Outsiders. That's a tag. Actually, do I follow the toy photography tag? Because that's funny. The weird the tags that show up, sometimes I don't even know what controls the Instagram feed, like the algorithm behind the Instagram feed. I kind of gave up, honestly, but as far as that goes, at least, because I don't know what they decide I see, right? Even if I follow somebody or something, I inevitably don't see all those some things or something or some people. It just never happens that way, which is wildly disappointing. Yeah. So, oh, thank you, the collecting dad. If you know any kind of connection we can make for this guy, I think he'll just get a kick out of it. I think, you know, I'm not gonna say we're gonna change his life, but like, you know, I think it'll go a long way to an 8-year-old for sure. So he's got a future, whether it's in Star Wars or photography, toys, creativity. Certainly, anything I can do to kind of, you know, further on that creative twitch, so to speak. I'm happy to kind of be a part of. Really happy to be a part of. Give me a second. Okay, so we're close to about 50 minutes in. I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping up. And I apologize, my lighting's going in. Another reason why, you know, see, going in and out. If I scroll in and out, like off and on, off and on, off and on. One of the reasons why I would probably prefer to do this in a more controlled environment is specifically to keep the lighting better, as well as because right now I've got a bounce back of the light from my monitors versus having lights with diffusers, better balancing everything. So expect to see some of those changes ever so slightly in the near future. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for talking. Thank you for bringing up points of conversation that I wasn't expecting to cover. But that's okay. Absolutely not NOT, not a complaint. I realized I did not open Lando. Okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna do. Everything you heard about me is true. Watched it again the other day. Great movie. Oh, so underrated. So underrated. By the way, if you're ever going to open Star Wars figures, don't do it after clipping your nails. Do it right before you clip your nails. I'm going to hold on to the cards, even though they're not in great shape. This one, I think, has got a better face sculpt than the 5 POA version. Definitely more accurate, less toy-like, so to speak. It's difficult, though, because this camera does not have an automatic... I don't have an automatic focus. So I'm sorry I can't get too close with it. Suffice it to say, it's got Donald Glover's likeness, more so than the 5 POA. Which is worth getting at a discount. $10, not bad, because you get the Kessel Guard. But I'd rather just have more Kessel Guards and not any more of the Hans or the Lando Calrissians. But he didn't really have a lot of... he didn't have any clothing changes. His cape, of course, comes off, as does his scarf. Lando Calrissian. Boom. Okay, let's put you back together again. Not like Humpty Dumpty. Super articulated Lando Calrissian. You will take your place next to the other ones that I opened somewhere around here. Oh, did not mean to make you weird-legged. Oh, his leg's kind of loose. Wow. Dude, his left leg is like super... It's loose. More than the other ones that I opened. Wow, okay. He may be tricky to stand. I'll figure it out. Okay, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. And thank you, by the way, the Collecting Dad and everybody else for like spreading the word for this kid. And thank you, Aaron, for agreeing with me about Solo. Okay, so Jake Stevens says, the kid takes better pics than I ever could. Like, trust me, if I can spread the word about this kid to other people, man, that's our win. That is our win, you know. It's a small community, but we'll make a deep impact. Thank you, one and all. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a broadcast tomorrow, by the way, because I'm going to be traveling. Just me alone. So please, don't be looking for it. It's probably not going to happen tomorrow night, but I'll be back on Thursday, I hope, with another broadcast and whatever has hit my radar and your radar, and we can talk and share and unbox figures that otherwise would just sit in packages, because if you can't play with the figures and now want to take photos with figures, what's the point? Come on, how can you not get excited when you unbox a figure? Mike Tarkin, oh, of course. That's good. Thank you again for if you made that loop back, that's awesome, because just the problem is just awareness, right? You gotta know the story, right? And they don't necessarily promote the fact that he's an 8-year-old, and they shouldn't, I don't think, but still. Anyway, I love you. I appreciate you, and at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you always.